Oh, Sheki, look at this. We're in a Lada, it's so good. We've got the music on. And I'm leaving Sheki. Didn't get any brekkie today. But I'm just happy to be in this cool old girl, look at this. Right, I'm here at the Sheki bus station, bus terminal, getting your kasa, your tickets. So I'm trying to get to Balakan, and just purely by fluke, I had no idea about the time or anything. I'm trying to get here, and luckily 10 o'clock, it's currently 9:30, the next one was 2, so I've just fluked that one actually. So too easy. We can get the bus off to Balakan, or Balachan, which is a Mashutka. So from here on, there's no big buses, only between Baku and here, and even then, I think you're going to be lucky to get a big bus. So you don't actually buy a ticket from there. They'll just send you to the Mashutka, which is here. So we're off to Balakan, and I'm trying to get to the Georgian border, or into Georgia. But it's interesting in Azerbaijan that every Azerbaijani will tell you, doesn't matter if they're like just a guy on the street, a guy at the pub, or a hotel owner, they'll say the border is closed, so you cannot go into Georgia without flying. Somebody explained to me in Baku, this is because of the conflict with Ukraine, that Azerbaijan is trying to close their borders to stop Ukrainian refugees coming in. So that's how it's sort of been told to me once. But everybody else thinks the border is closed and Azerbaijan is completely locked off and you cannot go in or out. I'm going to try to prove that differently today. Hopefully, or I'll see you back in Sheki in a couple of hours. So I was just at the hotel then, he's like, no, you cannot, you have to go back to Baku and you have to catch a flight. And I'm wondering how many people actually like then do that. He might be right, he might be crazy, might just be a lunatic I'm looking for. Alrighty, I've got half an hour. I'm going to grab myself a little coffee and then we'll hit the road, hopefully for Georgia. So here in Sheki, this is a traditional sweet treat. They make it in this big pan, and it's kind of a version of like Turkish baklava. I can't remember the name of it, but it certainly attracts the wasps. Just pick the wasps out. So yeah, this is very very local sweet that they make here, pretty much only in Sheki. Alright, while the seats are fairly empty, I thought I'd show you the size of them. Oh, this is insane how small they are. I'm going to try to bag this for spasibo большое. Yeah, Alex, yeah, he knows. So I'm about 6'3", and check this out when you try to sit in here. Like, it's just oh.
По-русски знаешь? Немножко знаешь.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to show the size of it. It's tiny. Like, look at that.
Oh, is this?
This one here is for me. Спасибо. Yeah, как sagen. How much is that? I don't think I've seen a seat space that small ever. Like, even a little chicken leg person wouldn't fit into that. Okay. Alrighty, 2.5 hours on the Mashutka direct from Sheki to Balachan. So we're in Balachan now, in a Lada, and yeah, only 2.5 hours. What was it? 5 manat. Very easy peasy. So apparently there's a minibus from here to the border, but just as I got out the bus, conveniently little Lada taxi rocked up. So negotiated price, 6 mana. He's going to take me straight to the border, and hopefully the border will be open. So we'll see how this goes. Right on. Here we are. This is the border between Azerbaijan and Georgia from the Balachan border, which I don't think is one that many people use because there's nobody here. So anyway, it's time to check out of Azerbaijan and try to check into Georgia. Alrighty guys. Well, probably shouldn't be filming here, but that's it. Through customs and immigration at Azerbaijan side. Super easy, super friendly. And now, I guess the final hurdle was getting through the Georgia side. But like, everybody in Azerbaijan told me that I can't do exactly what I'm doing right now. Anyway, all right, that's through Azerbaijan. Had to do another little checkpoint. Now in the no man's land between Azerbaijan and Georgia. It's a little river coming through, which acts as the border. So now we'll carry on to Georgia. Here we go, first big Caucasian shepherd dog. Well, there we go guys. The border is open. Despite what anyone will tell you, in Azerbaijan, you can absolutely cross from Azerbaijan into Georgia, the land border on the Balachan one, and there is another border crossing which is, I think, gets more traffic through it. That will be open as well. I just spoke to immigration then in Georgia, and he said everyone in Azerbaijan for some reason thinks it's shut. But it is shut if you want to go from Georgia to Azerbaijan. You cannot go that way. This is a one-way flow of traffic right now. So that's it. I'm in a new country. They've got a brand new gateway here. So now we'll find our way onto the next town. But before we get there, I guess I'll say a little bit about Azerbaijan. It's been a while since I've been in the Caucasus, about 7 years. And I'm reminded of how friendly the people are in this part of the world. The Azerbaijani, since I first stepped foot in Baku, are just a really hospitable, really friendly, and one of those people as well, which I didn't expect, that, you know, if you were standing at a subway station, for instance, and you couldn't figure it out, would come up and try to help you, which doesn't happen that often. You know, they're busy and rushing around, got work to do, but they always take their time to help a tourist. So that was really pleasant, really nice. I guess the other thing to say about this area, which is a bit disappointing, is I guess the Azerbaijan government's tactics on a few things, and one of them is the revisionist history that's been going on since Soviet era, especially since the 50s. And I don't want to go on about it too much, but I think it's just abhorrent that you can change an entire history to suit your own agenda. And you know, it's been condemned internationally, not just the West. Russia condemns it, as well as various organisations such as UNESCO can strongly condemn what the government is doing in erasing and changing history, which is, this is generational. You've got people, young kids growing up, and they're getting a completely revisionist version, the Azerbaijani government's version of history, which, how can you do that? I don't understand. The other thing that I think about them is that how are they ever going to move on, when something that I really noticed at the moment I came into Azerbaijan was the amount of war propaganda around in the backs of buses, in subway stations, sides of roads, just everywhere, billboards, posters. There's an absolute saturation of their war against Armenia, which how can you ever move on when your children are getting this propaganda that's just being fed into them from the moment they can recognize what's going on, that it's an us and them mentality, it's Armenia against Azerbaijan mentality, and you post this stuff all over the place, then you just create this cycle of hatred. You can't move on as a country. Like, these countries will stay enemies as long as this propaganda continues. So it's how are they ever going to move on as well when one culture is being completely obliterated from history by the other? So, you know, it's sad because they're neighbours. They've got so much in common, namely being exceptionally friendly people. They just hate each other, but they can never move forward while government, especially the Azerbaijan government, are taking the actions that they're doing. On that note, it has been fun time in Azerbaijan. I've loved it, but I'm very much looking forward to getting into Georgia and sampling some Georgian wine. So now I have no idea where I am. So the Jolly Shopper is heading that way, and I'm going to try to head on to another town. I don't know how far it is. Anyway, I'll report to you on the road. Alrighty, the taxi from the border taking me to the first town that you'll come to in Georgia is Lagodeki. So welcome to Lagodeki. The cabs dropped me off to a marshrutka stop, and got 45 minutes until the marshrutka to the next town. Well, then need to catch another marshrutka to the town that I'm trying to get to. So we're not done yet. It's 1:30 in the afternoon. We headed off at 10 AM. So we're doing pretty good, I think. Let's have a look. What is this big abandoned building over here? I was heading for a cafe. Well, let's just have a little exploration of Lagodeki. What is this? Big beautiful building. Got pictures of people dancing. But it looks abandoned. Wow, would have been really impressive building. You see at the top here. Okay, the whole building is abandoned, huh?
Es ist schon andere.
Oh, the ceiling's all falling down. Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know what it is, what it was. Ooh, starts. It goes into the darkness. Man, just it looks like it's used for trash, drinking. Oh, the floor's a bit spongy. Or was it? This beautiful pressed tin ceiling. Wow. Floors all falling in. Been burnt out. God, it doesn't give me much faith in what I'm walking on. Looks like fire's torn through this section of it. All the floor beams are burnt out. Righto, I don't feel too confident walking around on this floor. I feel like at any moment I'm just gonna, it's quite bouncy underfoot, and I'm no professor, but a bouncy floor isn't what I'm here for. That's not what I'm here for. Okay. Righto, time to leave. There's a smell in here that right now it's really quite hot and humid, and with the palm trees you'd be forgiven for thinking, oh, back in bloody Kolkata or something. So I must have this odd, I don't know, subtropical climate going on here, which you wouldn't really expect being this close to such a big mountain range, and I guess where we are in the world. But there you go, Tropicana. You don't need to go to Thailand, just come here. There's a little coffee shop. What you see a lot of now that you're in Georgia is the EU flag flying. Now, unless something's changed since I was here in 2015, they're not part of the EU, but they very much want to be part of it. And look at this this is the bus, well, the Marshutka station. How cool is that? Such an old Soviet little bus station going on. I'm just sweaty, it's so humid. There's palm trees and there's the Greater Caucasus Mountains right here. And this bad boy, how cool is this? For those of you that are playing along from when I was in Baku, hey, keep it down. I found that I didn't see one person in Azerbaijan spitting. You guys remember when I was trying to find out? Where did spitting cease to become acceptable? And I haven't seen anything, didn't see anything the entire time I was in Azerbaijan. I haven't seen any here, now I'm in Georgia. So, on that I will conclude that spitting ceased to be acceptable once you cross the Caspian Sea. So once you got west of the Caspian, I'm guessing west of the Ural River and Ural Mountains, spitting, no go, right on. So we'll keep that in your memory bank. If you don't like spitting, stick to the west of the Caspian. Europa! Alrighty, so from the red Marshutka to the blue Marshutka, we're in Siora, Senorita, Siora, starts with a T, so that's fun. This one here will now get me to Sighnaghi, which is where I'm trying to get to. It's 3 in the afternoon. Not doing too bad so far, about 5 hours of travel time. So into the next Marshutka. Right on, I'm here in Sighnaghi, up in the hills of Georgia. So that took, it's just before 4 o'clock. Took 6 hours to get here from Sheki, border crossing open, check. How many bloody Marshutkas was there? It's about maybe 3 or 4 Marshutkas. We got here. So I'm gonna go find my hotel and then settle in to a Georgian 1 or 2.